Hey fam, we are. The journey still continues, and this is another installment of Journey to Becoming with yours truly. That's me. A place where we share, learn, heal, grow, and as my friend says, and discover. And I just wanted to do that segment where I saw a quote, and this one I saw it. It said that so this really hit home because I have never done that. You know, when you meet a guy, you get too excited. You know, all you want to know is about his now. Where do you work? Where do you stay? How much do you earn? You know, how does he look? Is he dressing the way that I want? You know, that's all we're concerned about. And like that pastor said, that don't ask a man the size of his television, ask him the size of his vision. Because all we do in this stage, you're like, how big is your TV? Not literally, guys, figuratively. Is instead of saying what's your vision, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? But we have to pause there before we can even say where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, because he will give you all the answers that you want to hear, right? Ask him, where do you come from? How is your family? How were you raised? You know, was there you need to pick up? Was there any childhood trauma that you could have experienced? And yes, some will never tell you the truth, but it's okay. But you know, in relationship where God is involved, God will always make a way that these people will be able to open up. And then you also make sure that his belief, his spiritual belief, what are those? Because guys, trust you me, for me, that is number one on my list. If you don't believe in God, I don't think we can have any discussion further, because you are not gonna compromise my religion. I remember I met this guy, I really liked him, and I asked him, what is your belief? Who do you believe in? And then he told me that he doesn't believe in God doesn't exist, that, you know, that whole shebang. And I'm like, you know what, I really like you, but I don't think we can even continue any further, because me, I'm the child of God. You know, I'm centered around Christ. You know, I believe that Christ died and rose again. So we are not going to build a family where we are always arguing whether Jesus Christ died or not died. Come on, we're not going to do that. I will not insult my God. How this friend of a friend was telling me that their pastor, when people want to get married, he asked them to bring in their statement, their bank statement, where you see that this is how the person spends money. Obviously, this is not gonna ask him on a first date, obviously, but let's say we're now in day 10, things are getting serious, right? You need to know what you're getting yourself into, guys. You know that movie, The Tinder Swindler? These men are swindling us so bad, guys, because a guy can come driving and now is very expensive car, dressed in nice clothes. Then you automatically assume that he can afford, right? Then you start dating him. Yet that car, he's the driver. He dresses well because he doesn't take care. He doesn't have a place to stay. He stays in his mom's house, so he's got enough money to buy himself expensive clothes, or his boss giving the expensive. I don't care, I don't know. But what I'm saying is that there's certain things that before, this is for people who are in a process of dating to marry, not dating for the fun of it. At our age, we don't do that. You understand? And one of the biggest things that breaks relationship is religion, is finances, and it's social, where you now, let's say he passes the religion, he passes the financial, and then now you don't ask about his friends. How is he socially? Does he like to socialize? Then you find yourself in a relationship. He goes out every weekend and he says, but this is who I am, you cannot change me, because you never bother to ask, right? It's also important for people like us who already have kids, you know, to understand how he stands with kids, because guys, we live in a very dangerous world, right, where a person, you can bring home a person who claims to love you and they molest your kids. So that one is very important. If it means you must go and do fingerprints, go and do that, because you are protecting your kids. And this thing of saying that you'll never meet my kids, that's a lie, because what if gets to that point? So these are the things that we need to start asking, instead of asking like, what car do you drive? It doesn't change a thing. Let's stop dating the potential in people. Let's date the reality. If that guy is broke today and he says, you know what, in the next 5 years I want to build a mansion, I want to build a company, I will be employing, that is his future. You're not gonna eat future, you're not going to eat potential. So those ideas are very, very important. And think right. Love can blind you. Love can make you just take anything and everything. But more than anything, my advice to you is that as you are at the talking stage, also talk to God and say, God, is this really the person for me? It's one thing to go waste your time by asking all those questions only to find out that person, but God, by God's design, is not for you. Because some of us marries murderers, marries rapists, marries a whole lot of things that we don't even know, because we are too lazy to ask, or rather we are too scared because we don't want to upset people. We're not doing that. No, we are going to ask those thought-provoking questions. We are going to dig deeper. We're going to understand who you are, where you come from, what have you been through, because that is important. That is what builds a person. That is, most of us we are the product of our own childhood, right? So let's say, for example, a whole lot of things happened in their home. They did not get help. Don't you think those things are going to show up in your relationship with them? Then now you can't even handle it. You don't even know where to start, where to begin, where to end. And you are frustrated because you love this person. And your love can make you stay in a shitty mess, all in the name of love. It is my wish, my prayer, that we as ladies can start being selfish and remove love in the first dating stage, and really be logical, strategical, and ask the right questions. Love is beautiful, but don't ever let it fool you. Don't ever let it destroy you. Ask the right questions. I'm busy writing a book down all these questions that one can ask, and I've been writing it for a long time, guys, but I always believe that when the time is right, I'll finish that book. But those are the questions that I said to myself, next time when I meet Future, these are the things that I'm going to be asking him. Me and Future are going to have so many dates, guys. Remember when I say we have 10 areas that defines us? Each date we are going to discuss an area, but in a nice, creative way. I'm not going to sit in a restaurant and say, oh, tell me about it. No. I'm better than that. I'm more creative than that. Teach your kids to ask the right questions. Don't let your kids be fooled by what people post on their Instagram and truly believe that that's who they are, and then they end up carrying trash that they can't even know what to do with it. I am tired of seeing women get hurt, get used. Let's open our eyes. Let's be smart. If it means be selfish, let us be selfish. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's ask the tough questions. Let's cut blanche them. Let's be the Deborah Parkers of our lives and make sure that we ask the right questions. You guys, I can never stop talking, but I just felt it. Let me just put this one. So please, ladies, let's change this narrative. We are no longer going to be used for the sake of love. We are going to know what we are dating. We are going to know who we're dating. We're going to understand why we're dating them. In the meantime, don't stop becoming. This is part of us becoming. I love you. Till next time. Bye.